Hey guys, Jake's Garage here. Another quick project on the Mustang, I hope. The shifter on this sucker. It's very, I can kind of do all kinds of crazy stuff and it doesn't really, it kind of clicks into gear obviously, but it feels like crap. So what we're going to do is we're going to replace the bushings using this kit that I believe I got from CJ Pony Parts. It's the 65 to 93 auto shifter bushings. Can't believe that went that long. Should be easy. Let's get to work. I need an Allen for that. Oh, wasn't expecting that. It's a very interesting release mechanism there. Not even 100% sure that I needed to pull that off, but now I've seen videos. There's another video online. Seems like it's a pretty good video, but it shows that you have to go under the car to disconnect this. So I was curious if that was really necessary, because the way the shifter linkage is and the way the hole in the floor is, it kind of seems like I might be able to get it from up here, but let's just see what happens. So we remove the plate. That's in pretty good shape. What do we have now? I'm guessing this plate. Looks like it's held in place with 3, possibly out of 4 sheet metal screws or drywall screws or something. Nope, these are sheet metal screws. Put your comments below. Should this have had 4? Oops. Starting to wonder if this carpet was replaced and they just forgot to put the 4th screw in. So now this should be loose, right? Okay, so couple complications. Looking at the hole that's cut in this carpet, there's no way the shifter's coming up through this carpet hole. So I'm gonna have to cut the carpet out, which I'll be honest, freaks me out a little bit, maybe. I don't see why it should, because as long as I stay within this super dark line, I should be all right, because you know, this covers it perfectly. So I'm gonna go get a knife and trim this out some and see what I can do, because I think the bolts, like there's a bolt here, there's a bolt here, it's way out there, so I'm gonna have to be able to pull the carpet around a little bit. And again, I'm pretty sure this is original carpet, and I really don't want to go yanking on it and rip it. I caved. Doing it from underneath isn't gonna work out. I put some little slits in the carpet. Basically I cut as little as I could. And anything that rips is just necessary. It's just, I think I could probably do it with a little more patience from underneath. I have the plug is out and the bolt or the nut is off of the shaft, but there's so much more to it. There's the wires for the light are in the way, and I can't get the pivot bolt or the pivot arm out from the shifter. So having it on the bench obviously would help with that, because I could give it some taps. There's just no room between the exhaust crossover, because this has a Y pipe on it, and the transmission tail housing is right there. It's too much pain. So I'll just do it this way, and hopefully I can sneak the shifter assembly out of the hole without ripping the carpet like in half, because the carpet is very brittle. Not very brittle, but it definitely won't take a whole lot of reefing on it. Like this is probably going to rip more. See, just trying to get the ratchet on it. But I figure if I just cut slits in it, then when it goes back down and I put the cover on it, even if the cut goes out here, it's not the end of the world. Nobody's going to see it. And except for me, I'll be annoyed because I know it's there, but whatever. Okay, one more of these guys, and I should be able to pull this out. Yeah, we're okay. It's still under the bezel. This one, probably the furthest away from the bezel. Oh crap! Yeah, it's such a pain. And the rest of the carpet is like, it's so stuck down. Maybe if I didn't have the seats in, I could like kind of get the tunnel to move, but it's all stuck down, and everywhere I try to pull up on it, I just hear it ripping, and like I can kind of get it to move a little, but what a pain. Oh well. It is what it is. It's more important to me that the shifter gets fixed than the carpet. Just be perfect right there. I still have to get the shifter through the sinking hole too. Got a nice chunk of jute padding with that now. Okay, this is loose. Here are the shifter indicator wires. Come on. Come on. Yeah. There we go. All right. Now where do you unplug? That's what I wanted to see. Can I have a little more? Come on. Come on. Give me a little more. That's all I'm gonna get. All right. There we go. Unplugged. Fantastic. Okay, hope you saw that. Here's this. I'm gonna take it to the bench. Okay, now that it's out of the car and on the bench, things get a little bit easier here. First thing I can do is get this bulb out of the way so it doesn't get hurt. There you go. That's what that looks like. This bulb does work, so we should be good. Here's the nut that I took off from inside there. See, the rubber plug comes out, and now there's that's like an indexed fit there. You know what I mean? Like a double D type of fit. So I gotta dislodge that. Shouldn't take much. I'm not gonna go crazy on it unless it really fights me. But I think if I just grab a extension, if I just get like an extension here and give it a whack, not even with a hammer. Let's try it with this. Should come out. There she goes. Okay. This came right out, no problem. Oh, there's all kinds of stuff in there. Fantastic. Food, some type of sticker with like crud on it. Great. So I don't have a whole lot of cleaning to do here. I might just get the brake spray and just kind of clean out some of the gunk. I did not pay attention at all to how this came out. Was it like this? No, it can't be. Must be like this. So I will work on getting this cleaned up, cut it back on, show you putting the bushings in, and then it's kind of reverse of that, so it's really not that hard. The bushings go in, like I mentioned, one here, one on the other side, and that should tighten this whole situation up nicely. We'll see what happens. By the way, I just realized I'm an idiot, and you just saw me several times go, I don't remember which way this went. And then I remember looking on the ground for the bolt, or looking on the desk for the bolt. Oh well. Okay. I'm not sure if these get grease for going in there, but I'm going to do it anyway. So I'm going to put a little bit of wheel bearing grease just all inside of here, basically on both sides. And then I'm going to slip these bushings into place. One goes there, the other one goes on the inside, like so. This selector shaft, I'm going to put grease on it. Not a ton, just a little, maybe a little more. This isn't a race car. Nobody's going to be banging through the gears on it. So hold the inside, slide this in, and boy, that already, even just by pushing that in there, this feels better. Get this lined up. I think that's good enough to at least get the nut started. Okay. See if I can find a ratchet. I don't think this needs to be ridiculously tight. Can we still move it? No. Okay. So I guess I made it too tight. That's not good. I don't think that's a lock nut though. That's the thing that worries me. That was really tight, but maybe that's okay. There is no play at all in that now. So I was just trying to get this back together, and I got this just wild thought in my head. I was like, I should probably make sure the bulb still works before I put this all back together. So I put the key on, bulb doesn't work. Oh, I'm like freaking out. I'm like, man, I must have pinched the wires or something. There's no way that the bulb just burned out. The bulb was burned out. Luckily, AutoZone had them. 1893 is the bulb number. And now it works. So, lesson learned there. Just have a bulb on hand for these things. So now what I have to do, I have one bolt in just because I thought, again, I was just trying to figure out what could possibly have gone wrong. And I thought to myself, maybe it has to be grounded. Maybe the housing has to be grounded, but that wasn't it. So now I have to try to get this back together, and I should have taken note which way the bulb was turned. Before I took it off. Maybe like that. Putting this bulb back in also is not the easiest thing in the world. It like, yeah. I don't understand how you're supposed to do it, really. Yeah, I really don't understand how you're supposed to do this. And I think I've bent it, actually. Trying to force it in, so I don't... Just like that. Okay, so I got to get the wires kind of rerouted here. I think I have it turned the right way. It looks like it can shift through all the gears without binding up wires. So I think we're okay. So I'm going to put the bolts back in and then test everything out, and then I'll go underneath there and hook that up underneath the car. I'll show you that too when I'm done. Okay, here's all you really need to see under the car. Here's your shifter bucket or shifter assembly, and here's the shift arm, and there's a cotter pin right here. You just pop that cotter pin up, and then there's a washer that comes off. Then this whole shift arm will just pop right out, and then that's all you have to do under the car. So it's pretty simple. And just to wrap this up, here's what it looks like in the car, all finished up. Now the main difference is there's no play. Here, I'll turn the key on so you can see the light work. A little more light than I remember seeing coming through there, but whatever. But let's just see how it works. Oh. It's so much better. It just feels like it's supposed to be. So much needed repair. Very cheap. Like I said, I think it was CJ Pony Parts that I got that repair kit, the bushings from. And it wasn't that hard to do. I goofed around and should have done it should have used my head a little more, but for the most part it wasn't too bad. And if you can get around your carpet a little easier than me, it'll be even quicker for you. So anyway, thanks for watching. Any questions, let me know.